Hi there, my name is Chris, and I just wanted to make this video because I'm recently diagnosed with ADHD and being neurodivergent at the age of 34 after struggling with things like depression and anxiety and trying to treat those. But yeah, apparently I'm just been neurodivergent since birth, which was not caught by my parents, teachers, doctors, anything like that. So this has been kind of a weird journey where I've had to sort of put the pieces together myself and to look back on my life and kind of rethink everything and form a new sort of perspective on things. So it's been kind of exciting in a way. It's kind of been scary because I have this, like my brain and my thoughts and everything have developed a certain way over the past 34 years. And to all of a sudden be told like, oh nope, like you've just been wired differently your whole life. Like it's validating in a way. It makes things make a lot more sense. For me personally. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to share this experience because it's been really eye opening. And I definitely do not want, like, I think about how I was as a kid and as a teenager and even a young adult. I mean, even like last year. And always trying to fit in, always trying to do the right thing that you're supposed to in society, the way that it's structured for neurotypical people. And when you can't do that and you don't know that you're neurodivergent, you put a lot of that negative self-talk on yourself, thinking that you're not smart enough, that you're not working hard enough, that it's like trying to put what is the saying? Like trying to put a square into a round peg or whatever. Like I don't know the exact saying, but you're trying to fit in when you can't. Like you can try as much as you want. At least that's what I did. Try over and over and over again to try and fit into this certain mold on how most people are able to function and behave and to do everything that they need to do in a day. But it doesn't work for me. And it's sad that it took me 34 years to kind of figure that out. But at the same time, I know that there's people who probably have gone their whole lives without, knowing. They probably always knew that maybe something was different about them, but they didn't know exactly what. And I would rather know now, at 34, than continue to struggle doing the same things kind of over and over again for the rest of my life. But anyway, so I'm probably going to make a bunch of different videos on like signs maybe in my childhood and adolescence and teenage years and adulthood and college in my early like adult working career, because those are kind of like the big major areas where I've had certain struggles that are different from everyone else, as well as like relationship type things, struggles with like work and trying to fit into like a 9 to 5 job. And but yeah, there's just like a lot. I just have a lot of information from my life, things that I went through. So I'm hoping the goal is, if you clicked on this and you might be thinking about whether or not you're neurodivergent, or you're struggling with the same things like me, like it was for work. Like, why is this so difficult for me to do something that I'm not like super interested in, or just the grind of a 9 to 5 job, or kind of stuff like that, where most people are able to actually get up and do it. To me, it always seems like it's just a constant struggle, a constant battle. Like I have to sort of will myself to do those things, and then if I can't, then I'm just a piece of trash person, right? So I'm hoping that some of the stories that I share in the future can help you guys who are watching maybe relate to me in some way, where like, oh, that makes sense, or oh, I also struggled with those things, or oh, I'm not the only one who thinks or feels like this, just because that's what I did when I was kind of going through this journey myself. I mean, I'm still going through it, but like I just kind of watched some videos and read what other people were saying, and it really helped with actually seeing, I guess my first big piece of advice would be to, I forget exactly what they're called, I'll link them in the description, but there's like these tests, specific tests. Like I think one was like the RADS R or something like that, RADS T. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but there are a few different tests that I took, and they're not like, quote unquote official, but they are kind of like a guiding sort of thing where I took them and I'm like, whoa, okay, well, my scores suggest, potential autism. They suggested masking. They suggested, oh, you should continue to further educate yourself about this, and to, continue to look down this road. Like I wasn't like, I don't know, I wasn't faking it or anything like that, right? Like I took these assessments, and the scores suggested that, yeah, there might be something there. And I'll link them in the description. I don't remember the ones specifically I took, but I'll look them up and post them. But I took those, and then I started to continue my own research. And once I started seeing other people's kind of experiences, and I was able to like, whoa, like that makes sense. Like, okay, it's not depression. I might have been depressed, but that is not the root cause. Okay, it's not anxiety. It might have been anxiety symptoms, but it wasn't the root causes of why I was struggling and why I struggle with certain things. Is this whole other world of neurodivergency, which has been something that I'm continuing to learn about and trying to understand, and trying to reshift sort of my view, my outlook, I guess, on my life, because you're built up through, like your parents and, schools and teachers and stuff, and you start to develop this sense of self. And now learning that I am neurodivergent, it's like, oh my God, what I thought all those years, it may not necessarily have been me. I'm really good at masking. I'm really good at, if there's different situations. I was actually talking to my therapist about this today, where I'm really good at like if I have like different things that I have to do, going and putting on, a performance, basically, is kind of the way that I describe it. Like it's a different, it's like a different little movie or different little TV show. Like going to a wedding is one, so I know how to interact and behave, and to just talk with different people, or compared to people coming over to my house, or going over to someone else's house, or going to my parents, or going to my in-laws. It's always a different part of me. It's not me, the real me, that's going to these different events. It is an idealized sort of persona that I've learned over the years how to create, and how to interact in these different situations, to talk about things that other people want to talk about, to give the right responses, rather than me just unapologetically showing up as myself to each one of these things as one person. I'm splitting myself up into these different kind of acts or performances or whatever you want to call it, that knows how to get through that situation from just life experience, so that's definitely one thing that I've been working on, is just learning how to bring the mask down and be more accepting of myself, be more of myself, speak my mind more. But it's tough, it's like I've learned how to do this. You learn how to do something one way for 34 years, and it's hard to teach a new dog old tricks, right? It's hard to change that behavior without really kind of focusing on it. And it's new and it's exciting. It's also scary, because if there is a new experience, or not even a new experience, it could be an old experience, but if I go with my mask down, it's like that's when the anxiety creeps in, like, oh my God, like, what now? Like, I'm not gonna prepare for this role. Like, no, I'm just gonna be myself and see what happens. So I have like a lot of stories and a lot of experiences of doing that throughout my life. I just wanted to make this video kind of as an intro, just to see if people would want to listen. And I think it's also a good way for me to, because I isolate myself a lot, just because my interests are different than the most people. I think it's good for me to just kind of talk about these things out loud, because it also helps with me kind of processing some of the stuff that I learn and about myself, and different situations where I've been learning a lot, learning a lot about yourself, trying to view things differently has just been kind of a whole roller coaster of feelings and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that, like I said, my goal would be for someone, hopefully you're younger, so that you can sort of ideally, catch these things and try and I don't really know the word, try and just like understand it a little bit earlier, at an earlier age, compared to someone who might be older. But yeah, it's just it's hard when you're such a good masker, when you're really good at masking. There's no way that a teacher or a parent or whomever might have been in your life early on would have caught it, because I was not a stereotypical like ADHD, bounce up and down, very high energy, kind of fidgeting, things like that. Those very specific stereotypes. I was not really that at all. I was always good in school when it came to academics, but yeah, there is a lot of other signs now that I look back, and it's like, well, okay, duh, like this is just like textbook like neurodivergency. So I'm going to continue to make videos. I'll have to write down some ideas, and I'll link those tests that I took, because that's the very first thing that I did, and I just jotted down my scores, and I actually sent them to my therapist at the time, who works with people who are neurodivergent, and I was like, these are my scores. I know they're not official, like I know it's not an official diagnosis, but this is just what I took, and these are my results. So it's just like a good I don't know, I guess for me it's just like another reminder. It's like, okay, I'm not making it up, or I'm not like going crazy or whatever. Like, there's results that. But anyway, yeah, I will link those things in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.